I guess I have beef with the quarterback. Never a good situation to be in, really. I mean, I feel like he's been very vocal about this throughout the years in the media. Winning a game ain't really, he wants to win the big one, or he ain't really going to be too happy. Lamar's my guy.
What are you, Lamar's
guy? Yeah. Guys, we are back here at Punchline Pod. It is it's a special day to be here. Punchline Pod is joined by Snapback Sports. Marlon Humphrey here. Jack Settleman here to my left. Jack, it's a victory Monday for the Baltimore Ravens. If you're keeping up with the Baltimore Ravens, but Jack, talk to me, man. Give me something. What you got?
The craziest part is the Ravens won, and you recorded a podcast last week.
So Dallas, you walk past the fans when you go out to the field. The Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Honestly, seems like a pretty cool fan experience. And as I was trotting in with Trayvon Diggs' jersey, you know, got the Bama bro jersey, somebody said to me, "Hey man, you didn't do that podcast this week. You was locked in." And I was just like, I don't know what the podcast has to do with me playing football, but I did actually. But so yeah, I don't know. Miracles happen. Miracles happen every day. God is good. God is well, and somehow. I did do a pod, and we somehow got a victory.
Yeah.
True story.
Just craziness.
It's just crazy.
And Kyle Hamilton said if he doesn't listen to Punchline Pod, he has a bad game. So.
And I listen to the Punchline podcast every single week.
Every week. Do you?
For me.
Really?
And the weeks I don't listen to it are the weeks I play bad.
Kyle Hamilton, as you saw on the IG Live, if you didn't see on the IG Live, I think I uploaded it to the gram.
You did. I'm
on a 15-minute-a-day Instagram. It's tough, man. I did break it last night because obviously the IG Live went a little long. But Kyle Hamilton said he can't play well without it. So I think, I'm not sure. A lot of knowledge coming on this pod. Clearly, you know, that's all pro Kyle Hamilton at that. So maybe it's the vibes. Maybe it's the juju. You know, it's something that's clearly keeping this guy all pro.
Yeah. The pod was definitely down. People were like, you had Derek won. He was struggling to start the season. The Ravens weren't winning. But now a win, Kyle's favorite show, and Derek went off. The pod luck is back.
The pod luck is back. Would have had a guest today. We did get back at about, I don't know, I think we got back at 1:30 a.m. I'm a little sleep deprived, just a tad bit. But guests are coming back. Guests are coming soon. Derek had 150. Kyle, I don't really know what he did in the game, honestly.
He played.
I was about tired as crap myself, honestly, towards the fourth. So, but the pod, I mean, come on, how many All-Pros we have last year? Like 4, 5 Pro Bowls. Come on, that's what we do. That's what we do. Greatness is here.
Speaking of that, IG Live, Bleacher Report, ESPN, they're all pushing this agenda that Lamar Jackson is not a fan of you. If you missed the Victory IG Live, Lamar told him to get off the live. He told him he can't catch. And if that was your first Victory IG Live, you would actually know that was the most Lamar Jackson has ever participated in the IG Live. But yeah, thoughts on your feud with Lamar?
I was unaware about the Bleacher Report, ESPN. So that's a little surprising. So I guess I have beef with the quarterback. Never a good situation to be in, really. I mean, that can go bad. But as we all know, Lamar's never really, I don't think Lamar's ever really happy after a win, honestly. Like, he really, like, I don't think he'll really, Lamar Jackson, and I quote, "I'm not coming on your pod until we win a Super Bowl, and then I'll come." So, I mean, I feel like he's been very vocal about this throughout the years in the media. Winning a game ain't really, he wants to win the big one, or he ain't really going to be too happy. I mean, that's a guy that's daggum striving for excellence, and I like it. But I thought they played pretty well yesterday. But back to me. I would. Lamar's my guy.
What are you, Lamar's guy?
Hey, surveys out. Honestly, surveys honestly out. Sounds like in the media ways, I'm not. It might be getting bad out here. There's a possibility of that.
All right, let's talk about your game in Jerry World. First time you've been there as a pro. What'd you think? You mentioned the fan experience. Anything else noticeable?
Man, I was in there. I don't know if they've renovated the stadium, but that stadium got built in
2012, maybe?
2012?
Maybe even earlier.
It was opened in 2009.
Oh,
Opened in 2009. You want to know what's kind of crazy? That stadium looks very, very up to date to be somewhat pretty old, I would say.
Yeah, 15 years old.
15 years old.
It looks like it was built last
Did they
year.
kind of start? They started the little field seating kind of, right?
Yeah.
So they must have been really, I mean, the locker rooms are freaking huge. The way locker rooms are huge. You come through the stadium with the fans right there, kind of like when Atlanta built theirs, Vegas, how they built there. That's a nice daggum stadium. It looks, it's nice, man. It looks like everyone has a good little seat. Jerry's World, man, it was cool. It was cool. I think when I was in college, I didn't really, I guess, appreciate it as much. Maybe because you weren't playing the Cowboys. You're just playing. I played USC. I played Michigan State. But, they say that's America's team. So, hey, sorry, America. You know what I mean? Sorry, America, man. But, it was cool to play the boys. It was cool to play the boys. I remember my visit there, pre-draft visit. And, I remember going to the cafeteria and I wanted a salad. And they got salad tossers. That's wild. That's wild. They have lettuce making a actual salad, vegetable salad. People. And I remember that. I just remember their food court being like their cafeteria being like a food court. There's a lot of stuff going on there. And I feel like their facility's kind of big. It's pretty nice. I think I walked past some boys at the time, some Cowboys, but I remember what I most vividly remember. The guy I don't know who it was, brings me in this room and boom, I'm in the draft room with the whole staff.
Was Jerry in there?
Jerry was in there.
Really?
It was everybody. It was everybody in there. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And they just started drilling me. I don't know if it was on purpose to catch me off guard. And they was just, every Bama player I played with, they were like, give me this. Oh, so that guy, he did this. He did it. It was really just rapid fire. And it was wild. I mean, they kind of low-key tried to get me to throw somebody under the bus. They didn't try to get me to throw somebody under the bus. I take that back. They just said statements of not going to say anybody's name specifically, and I'm going to make up a random scenario. It basically if someone was asking about me and they were like, Marlon Humphrey, he's a corner, but he should really be playing linebacker, right? Because he really can't cover it all. And I was like, no, that's not the case. It was a couple guys that had some red flag. They were asking me, but putting it in scenarios of
So were they testing your ball knowledge or were they testing your relationship and if you're going to back your guys?
They were low-key testing me to see if I was going to be yeah, he should be playing linebacker. He's actually kind of. But then some of it was ball knowledge too. But I just remember I was just super surprised because it just was boom, walk in there, big old room, everybody in there, question. And it was just
I think it was Dalton Schultz who plays now for Houston. He said that it's kind of like a zoo or they can see through the glass, all the fans at the facility. Did you notice that? He made a statement that they're kind of just on display, even at practice. And he didn't like that. And now that he's in Houston, it's all business and they can practice in peace, weightlift in peace, all that type of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Reminds me of Green Bay.
What? Why? What was Green Bay?
It was weird how they're just standing around the gate of the field. It wasn't weird. It just was I don't know. I'm sure it's not like that during the season.
Yeah.
But the Green Bay was different. It's just not. Every place is different. Basically, there's no I don't know. It's just different.
Last year, the theme of the podcast was being world champs, Noah Lyles. But now that you've conquered America's team.
Now that I've conquered America's team.
That's all that matters. You just got to be champs of USA to win the Super Bowl.
I want to be champs of Brazil.
You already got that.
You're right. Hey. Now we got to go do the big one, man.
Okay.
Freak.
Jerry Jones says he does not regret not signing Derrick Henry after he goes 174 yards and 2 touchdowns, claiming, quote, "We could not afford Derrick."
Now, how did he get? How did that come? Where did that statement come from? What got asked?
The funniest part about the Cowboys and Jerry is like he does a full press conference himself after the game, and then he does a radio show today and tomorrow. But yeah, they asked him right after the game, "Do you regret not signing him?"
He does like the podium media.
No, it's like a side thing in the tunnel, but he's got like 20 people surrounding him.
Jerry Jones seems like he does. I don't know, because like didn't he say like Dak isn't worth the money and then paid him like a couple days later?
Yeah.
He's a brand. Someone told me that play like he got up there and was like, the Dallas Cowboys is a brand. Like you don't mess up the brand. So like whatever he's doing freaking works. It's freaking America's team.
It makes money, but
I'm not gonna say they couldn't afford him. I think they really would have been able to. I don't think anyone cannot afford anybody in the NFL. I think there's a way to make anything work. I mean, look at the 49ers right now. I mean, how many people, well, now they're not paying a quarterback.
still though, they got
But dang,
Trent,
they got
McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo,
Warner.
Warner, yeah. Bosa.
Ward is getting what? 15 a year? I don't even know how much he's getting actually a year. I don't know how much he's getting. But anyway. So I want to say that's Jerry Jones possibly a little tail. Possibly a little tail, and I think that's the best way to say, like, he ran all over us. But based off my experiences, I think Derek would have wanted to be in Dallas, honestly. I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, he literally lives in Dallas.
You're pushing that so hard. You got on the IG Live, you're like, someone who spends a lot of time in Dallas.
Hey, he's never said that, but that's just the vibe I get from the fam.
Bleacher Report, push notification. Derrick Henry doesn't want to be in Baltimore. He wants to be in Dallas, says Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, gosh, honestly. But no, seriously, I mean, he in Dallas.
What do you think of the Cowboys after playing them? Because their fans, now they're 1-2. They obviously got blown out by the Saints. Good team, average team, missing pieces.
I don't know defensively, but offensively, I think I would say they need one more receiver. I think they need one more, because between 1 and 83 and
Cooks.
No, Cooks. CD and Cooks, like, easily, those are two good ones, but I think they just need one more solid guy. Turpin's pretty small. I mean, I tried to kill him at the line one time, and he's really small. Like, and I feel like he's just whatever. But yeah, I think they need one more guy, because they really like to pass a ton. They don't really like to. I'm not gonna say they don't like to run, but I feel like they're not determined to run. They try, but you're gonna pass that much, and CD's gonna like be your whole offense. And shoot, CD be, but you know, if you take away CD, I feel like teams like their chances. They'll live and die with, hey, Cook. You're gonna guard and Cooks. You're gonna have to win your battle. You try to take away CD, and that was kind of our game plan, which worked until the daggone fourth quarter, and then.
Did you have CD kind of locked up yesterday?
Honestly, hard to tell. I know the game plan was to stop CD. I was in there on the inside slot, CD. Man, he's a very interesting receiver. I'm not gonna say he makes you want to grab him, but he kind of makes you. He kind of makes you grab him. Really, honestly, I got away with the camp, but the ref was like, hey, now, you doing? You know, if they would have thrown it. So
he was pissed though yesterday, all game. Did you notice that?
I did at one point look over there, and for some reason it seemed like he was at the end of the bench.
Yeah,
but
he was kind of throwing fits.
He ended up having he had like 79 yards. I mean, he had like 79 yards. But yeah, no, our game plan was literally to stop him. I mean, he's obviously a top guy, and we had some doubles on him, so.
You know what the media is not talking about? Your record improved once again. Tom Brady in the building, undefeated. He was talking about you. He said he likes your game.
I told did he really?
Yeah.
So this is what's crazy. He said okay. So look, check this out. Pre-game, I come inside of my, hey, y'all boys, Tom Brady calling our game. I mean, I don't think they really cared that much, but I might want to call games one day. So I was like, yo, Tom Brady's calling a game. Like, that's cool. Then I was like, yeah, hey, we were just chopping it up, me and Tom. I was like, he said, like, I was like one of the hardest defenders to game plan against. And it was like, bro, shut up. He didn't say that. I'm like, bro, don't shoot the messenger. Like, I'm just telling y'all what they was like, bro, he was in a division with Darrelle Revis. I'm like, Darrelle Revis is Hall of Fame, but look, I'm just telling you what he told me. So, and then he was talking about me. It totally matches up. It totally matches up now.
He did say it, right?
No, he was showing love.
So I'm gonna keep my story. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
But hey, the people on Twitter say you can't play, but Tom Brady does. So take your pick.
Hey, that's why I'm not on Twitter no more. That's why I'm doing Tom Brady in person. He thought we talking pregame about a game.
Yeah, what else came from that conversation? Did you bring up that he's never beaten you?
I brought up I don't think he should be the GOAT. So I'm surprised he gave me love like that, but it is what it is.
Can you elaborate on you telling him that you don't think he should be the GOAT?
So in the conversation me and him had in my head before the game, as I just glanced at him and then ran inside, and I had that conversation.
Oh, it's all fake. I didn't pick up on that.
Basically, he's just not the GOAT. There's no other explanation, if ands or buts. So, yeah, that's about it.
Makes sense. Okay,
Makes
last thing from that game. You taught Nate how to punch.
Ooh, Nate with the punch out. Didn't exactly see how it happened. You know, I was going to watch the film yesterday after the game, but I said, man, look, because, like, honestly, it's like, you know, you won. But it really didn't feel too winny, honestly, for the defense, I felt like, especially the secondary, especially my guys. So I'm like, we just going to enjoy this win and figure it out tomorrow. That's why I told, you know, some of the guys was all, you know, a little butthurt. I said, look, bro, just enjoy this win. Figure it out tomorrow. That's what the off day for. You figure it out tomorrow. So I have not seen what happened, but he did. Habage buku. Big ass. So let's go.
Did you teach him that?
First? Nah, man. Look, hey, Jit must burn out on his own. Hey, we do. Hey, that's a drill to the field. We really do be practicing that, though.
You actually went for the punch on, I want to say it was maybe CD's catch or Cooks' catch. You went for a punch.
I did go for one. If I would have been closer to him, I was too far away. I think I would have got it out, but I was too far away. But yeah, he got the punch. I think that's his first. Yeah, because he didn't really get targeted much in the Chiefs. Didn't play in the Raiders. That's the first big play of the Rook's career, man. That's I think he'll remember that for a long time. Who scooped that?
Marcus did.
So,
but people are saying since we named the pod that you haven't had a punch, so we might go interception line soon.
I mean, I was hurt all last year, but
what do you think you have more of this year, picks or punches?
But the punch line really is for fruit punch though. But the punch do go with the. Honestly, I got to get going. All
right, so Lamar said, like, you were like, but it was a flag. But you did just, like, brick that, right?
Dude, CD broke it up.
Did he?
I mean, I kind of did bobble it, I think. I think I bobbled it. I believe I did bobble it. But I'd have punched the ball. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I can't even really. I think I bobbled maybe and see. Someone came and hit. Something happened.
You'll get the next one.
Is that a. No, that's not a PBU because freaking the flag.
There were a lot of flags yesterday.
A lot of freaking flags.
Lamar said the refs were cheating. He said it got picked up on TV. You could hear it on the hot mic. What did you think of those flags?
I don't even remember what all the flags were for.
Oweh had a roughing.
It seemed like one point there's flags on both ends. I'm like, dang, what happened? But both ends, that's usually a good thing. Oweh had the roughing the passer. We had a couple legal contacts. We had a pass interference there, pass interference there. The safety thing, which was crazy.
It's crazy.
It's kind of a loophole.
It is.
Because if you're about to get a safety,
I think
did it only matter because he
catch it?
Yeah, he has to catch it. So safety and Lamar needs to turn around and catch the football. And it's honestly a loophole. Like, because if he doesn't catch that, that's just intentional grounding, safety. Yeah. So I was like, I mean, Lamar catching it. There's a lot going there, but it definitely was a loophole.
All right, big conversation last week about cover two high being a cheat code in the NFL. There were even people on TV who said they should ban it. It's too good of a defense, as if it was just invented last week. What are your thoughts on this?
I think the game has just gotten crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, they're neglecting us. Like, I understand no one comes to a football game to see me deflect the pass. But, dang, like, I did hear his, like, record lows of touchdowns or something like that, but it's like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we really talking about here? Like, I don't even understand. I don't even understand how you can say that and be serious. Like, I don't understand it.
So take a casual fan through this, because as a casual fan, wouldn't you just run the ball? Like,
see, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like in today's age, it's really hard to run the football. It's really hard to continuously successfully run the football. Like, we got our defense. I mean, we have some just absolutely man children on our D-line. Like Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, Justin Madubuike, Brady, Herb. Is that everybody? Like, they're just like, I mean, Travis Jones is just like, and they're just like, like, it's just the what they do is just, it is, their strength to like power ratio is just not. Travis Jones is probably I don't know how much Travis did, but he can do pull-ups, weighted pull-ups as a D lineman. Like, that's like not really like normal at all. Like, they're just monsters, and it's just really hard to run the ball. Like, it's very hard to consistently have. That's why that streak the Ravens had of like 100 yards rushing was like kind of crazy. It's really hard to consistently run the ball. And most teams just be like, F it, we're just going to pass. So if you can stop the run with too high, then it's like you're just golden. Now, sometimes you want to be tight matches or whatever. But to the average fan, I would say that you do the run to open up the pass. But if you can't run the ball, it's never really going to necessarily open up the pass.
Right.
So if you can stand too high, some more space.
Is that the best defense for you guys?
I think we play a solid. I think we play a solid mix. We play kind of going off, I think, what the offense is giving us. But I mean, we got some rangy safeties. I think we got some good corners. So we kind of can do whatever. But you know, sometimes you want to have that too high protection to help with all that stuff going deep.
There's another narrative that obviously scoring's down around the league, but they think it's these gimmicky offenses in college where they're not playing pro style. They're not having to go through as many reads. They're just screen games, whatever it may be, because the quarterback play has not been good. I mean, Caleb threw the first touchdowns for a rookie this year, but quarterback play around the league has been down alongside of scoring. Do you think that has any factor in it?
With the gimmicky college offense?
Yeah. Like and then translate, right? So these guys aren't playing. Even Caleb, he's not playing as much in a pro system before he comes in the league. And now, like, we had Tom Brady, Peyton, Rodgers, Rivers. I mean, even Joe, like, they were pro-style quarterbacks who could run offenses.
I personally think if I drafted a quarterback first round, there's almost no scenario where I see them start in the first game. Like, I think it just, when you look at Pat Mahomes, waited a year, look at Lamar, look at, I mean, you just, all those guys you named, I think Peyton Manning did start and he threw the most picks ever. Like, usually you don't bounce back from that.
Right.
Like, usually you're damaged goods. Like, you look at Josh Rosen, they threw him in a horrible situation. And Sam Darnold's having a resurgence of his career, but like, it took him a while to bounce back from that. Like, usually you don't bounce back when you, quarterback and cornerback. I think when you put them out there too early, it can just literally ruin all their juice, all their swag, all their, like, everything they got. Especially, I don't even know which one's more, but corner can be pretty bad too. But you put someone out there just too early, whether they're ready or not, but quarterback, I just wouldn't do it, period, under like no circumstances, just because I feel like it's just better to just, even if you can just wait a couple games, I personally just think it's just better for their future development. But in college, it's so college, it's hard for me. It's not hard for me to watch college. But when I watch college, it is such a bad product. Like, it's super exciting if you just watch it and but when you see like a running back hit a seam and you just see the DN, like, why you run up the field? You see you see these people just jumping out of their gaps, just doing wild stuff. And it, like, when you're watching it from that perspective, like, it is such bad ball. And then you just see like a quarterback just throw a slant, touchdown, 70 yards. Next time, there's like missed tackle. Like, you're not really developing reads as much, but that it's just really across the board, honestly. Like, unless you're watching like those Georgias, when you're watching like Power 5 football,
but when top 5 football, I feel like.
Yeah, when it's like two like real, not like the, FSU starting ranked and then they end up.
Right.
It's like as the season gets later, you do see way better football there. But sometimes quarterbacks you got to think about it. You play, when I'm in Alabama, typical season when I'm there, how many games do you really have to play good football?
You don't.
There's maybe like 2 or 3 games.
And it's the skill takes over, right? When you're playing FIU, you're not worried about gap control.
Yeah, you're not worried about anything. And then it's like, even the teams that sometimes are a tough game, it's like it's a rival game where like they really weren't really good. You just played down. So there's a lot of things. I don't think it's anything like AAU basketball to NBA level, but like, they say like AAU's like just ruining the NBA. Like, they're just going out there playing 6 games in one day. Like, not passing one-on-one basketball, get to the league and just can't duplicate it. But I don't know. There's definitely this year. There's a lot. How many first-round quarterbacks were there this year?
I think 5. JJ's out. May hasn't played, but Daniels, Nix. I mean, even week by week, like, people said Bo Nix is done. He's the worst quarterback ever, and then he obviously played much better. It takes time. I think what you're saying is, if you're gonna start your guy right away, you gotta give him time. Right? Because now Bryce, they move on so quickly. And Bryce does not look good. But you're also saying they might have just ruined Bryce out of the gate as well. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, you just gotta give him time. Like, if you're gonna put him out there, protect the dude. Like, crap. Yeah, it's just I think of Sam Darnold a couple years ago talking about he's seeing ghosts. It's like and I don't think he was a rookie. I think he was a couple years in. But I don't know. I just think sometimes quarterbacks are sometimes. If I was a GM, well, I don't know if head coach, GM, I don't know who makes. Every team's different how they do that. But I just would be like, I don't care if I would have a really good backup that would start almost no matter what. Wait, matter of fact, Josh Allen. They put daggum Nathan Peterman out there over Josh Allen.
He didn't start week 1?
No, I'm pretty sure. No, actually, I remember the game plan was they're gonna put Nathan out there. He's gonna throw some picks, and then they're gonna put Josh Allen in. If I'm not mistaken, now
you guys did win that game by like 50.
I know, like that was the first time we ever that was the first time when a game plan went like 100%. Like, it was like, this is exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna put Nathan Peterman out there. He's gonna throw a couple interceptions. They're gonna pull him, and then we're gonna put Josh Allen in, and we're already gonna be blowing him out. And that was like. And then the defense call, it was crazy. It was crazy. There's something else about that is confidential information too, but yeah.
What's the confidential?
I'll just say this. Nah, never mind. We're good. There's a reason why the Ravens don't want fans recording at practice. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a reason.
Okay. We've never seen more upsets in the NFL than this year. Through 3 weeks, teams who are underdogs by 6 points have won 9 of 15 games, which is
and that
insane.
was probably us with the Raiders, huh?
That was you with the Raiders.
Frick. And then they freaking lost.
Denver, the Panthers fit that this week, then going and beating the Raiders. There's just been crazy upsets all across the league. Do you sense more parity in the NFL? Do you think that there's more evenness? Do you think it's just because teams aren't scoring as much, so there's not as much separation?
I think it might be going back to what Tom Brady said a couple years ago. The standard for like elite football has gone down. And I feel like I don't know that for factual because I have not been daggum watching all these other teams, but this is the first year I can say, like, I talk to guys on other teams and they're like, bro, our rookies are wild. Like, you're starting to see the effects of NIL
And
a little
social media probably too.
You're starting to see the effects of NIL just a little bit more because like you're usually college, you're just like, I'm like kind of, I'm not going to say I'm old, but I'm a little bit old. And
You are.
as far as the aspect of like in college, like you had to be tight. Like you had to be where you're supposed to be. They're on you. Like, and college is, I mean, NFL is almost like a little more relaxed, but that messes up a lot. That weeds out a lot of guys just naturally being more relaxed. Some people need that tightness, but that's not the NFL's. That's not their job to do that. But they're not going to be babying you around. They're not going to be holding your hand, doing all this stuff. Like they will sometimes, but it's like that's not their job, and they can only do that for so long. And then you just dig your own grave, basically. While now that's kind of happening at the collegiate level, I feel like a little more, and you're kind of starting to see the effects spill over a little bit.
Like what type of wild?
Like not like wild. There's like that not like
Is it respect?
respect for the game of football.
Okay.
Not like respect to like player, but like just the respect for the game, the daily deposits, the things you do to just bit by bit. And it kind of goes into that, college play. It's every year since NL's come out, I've actually looked at the rookie class to be like, I wonder how they're going to act. And you don't really, with the Ravens, I don't know if we just draft some pretty solid dudes, but it hasn't really been bad on the team, like nothing. But I talked to other guys that like, bro, our rookies are like, they're wild. They're wild.
There was a Washington Nationals player who just got demoted from the majors down to AAA because he was at the casino till 8 a.m. the day of a game when they were playing a day game. And he's a younger player.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
What time are they playing?
1.
Oh, crap. I was at least thinking it's a night game. Crap. I mean, baseball is a little different, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you don't
tough.
gotta put
But
too much strength.
yeah, I do wonder. I mean, it's funny. Like you and Derek, you talk about your stories in college. And every time, I've always noticed, whenever you talk about going out or acting up, you note that you knew you were acting up, but it's only because you knew what the issue could be with Saban or you could get in trouble. I almost wonder, do they even feel that pressure? Like they know if they are out too late, they're still going to play because they have this new leverage.
Yeah, I mean, the leverage is all in the player's hand, which is there's nothing, I'm not against the leverage being in the player's hand, but I think it's almost like I would imagine you're actually having to, it's going in the opposite direction that you want it to go. So like in high school, you probably like doing whatever you want to do. College, you basically can do whatever you want to do. In the NFL, you can't do what you want to do anymore. While it used to be like high school, you're the man. Everyone knows you're the man. Like that's just high school in general. Everybody in high school is like kind of that guy. You go to college, it's like tight. Like, hey, miss class, you doing this, you do this, you doing this. And then the NFL, it's like, there's rules here, you'll get fined. Like it's similar, but it's not. But you're more so on your own. Like you got to do it on your own, basically. And so I imagine it's just different, man. I mean, it's definitely a different scenario, but college is essentially almost like pro, basically.
But they're just missing that step of learning how to prepare, how to make your daily.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know how NIL is going to end up working out in the long run, but it definitely is not very realistic, I would say. Like, it's weird how, like, no offense to the best way to compare it to, like, the NFL, it would be like someone that plays predominantly special teams walks in and is like, yo, I need a raise today or I'm leaving. Like, it's backups that are not even going in college that are not, you don't even start, and you, end of the year, the same two dudes that started are coming back and you're like, I need more, or I'm leaving, like, period. So it's interesting. There's just nothing in the workplace, like in any workplace where you can do that. So it's a very interesting scenario. I think it'll end up shaking out eventually. I don't know if college is going to turn pro. I don't really know, but it definitely seems like the Wild Wild West for sure. But I'm all for players getting paid though. I think they've made a lot of money. I just think it's gotta have, they're gonna have to have a cap or something. I don't freaking know, but I don't know. It's It's just an interesting scenario.
Okay. Before we get to Analyst Humph, playing in primetime against the Buffalo Bills. What's it like facing Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is a strong arm dude, slippery back there in the pocket. Never think he can't throw it this deep because he can. Do not even know who their guys are besides their
They got Keon, Curtis Samuel, MVS is back there.
MVS is there.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
They got Matt Collins.
No shoe guy.
And no shoes.
Okay.
And Shakir. And then Kincaid with Cook and Ray Davis in the backfield.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He lets her rip. He lets her daggone rip. He lets his guys take some chances. Scramblers suck, man. I hate scrambling quarterbacks, but that motherfucker's a big boy. Josh Allen's a big boy. He come down ready to run. You don't. He not finna slide usually. He might jump over you, might run you over.
Did you pick him in your last game against him though?
I did. He did the ball tip.
It was a wet game.
It's a wet game. It was a wet game. Yeah, he's gonna take his chances. I freaking hate night games, but the product's cool. The product, I guess, is cool for the people watching on TV, but at least it's home. So Sunday freaking night.
So half your career now has been Joe and half has been Lamar, essentially. Maybe a little more Lamar.
Yeah, I think I only had Joe for 2 years though.
Okay, so it's funny. Like now, you guys just play in primetime all the time, right? Like even against the Cowboys, you're in the 4:30 slot, but you got primetime here. You open the season. You mentioned you hate playing in primetime.
Hate primetime.
Why do you hate primetime?
See, this is the best part about the NFL. Playing a 1 o'clock game, you get done, sun's still out, and you get the rest of the day off. You basically, when you play primetime, you basically just delaying your day off until 12 o'clock Monday night. And don't let you be playing away. You get back. Usually when we play away games on Sunday or Monday night or Thursday night, we land, I go straight from the plane to the facility to work out. Like, we land, freaking get back. Depending on where you're at, it seems like it's always either 4 or 5. I mean, we got back from London. I just went to sleep in the facility. It's cool. The product is cool, but like for TV wise, but unless it's home, man, it just
because you guys play at LA and Houston still. I'm
gonna be coming back, getting off the plane, walking straight into I walk right in there with the coaches. The coaches go right in there and I'm going right in there to work out.
All right, so you hate playing on primetime, but when the game is on primetime, you mentioned the product's great. I feel like the environment's probably better as well.
Environment's better.
But do you put more, not effort into it, but like, is there, I want to make a play on primetime?
I would not. It's kind of the same for me, but I would say it was something I thought about maybe before I got paid. I think because when you're primetime, everyone tunes in.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what. I mean, the reality is you don't know if the Ravens are going to resign you. You never know what owner's kid is watching that game specifically and telling their dad, yo, his guys, and then free agency comes and, you know what I'm saying? So you literally just never freaking know.
Yeah.
So, you're really balling out for all the teams, honestly, like at that point. I feel like teams really look into those primetime games when they're trying to sign you. Because those are the big ones. The playoff. You can apply the primetime games to the playoff games when everything's on the line. How do they perform in those big lights? So, but not really. I don't specifically. I'm thinking like to make it. I mean, I do want to make a play. It is primetime. It is cool. But I'm just trying to make a daggone play.
You got any teammates who would do a little extra for
Odell?
primetime?
100%. Literally. I mean, Odell. That's just he.
What would
that.
he do?
He know that.
Like he's trying to do more. Or he's putting on a fit.
Well, his best game was the Bengals.
Oh, he's trying to go. He's trying to go federal. Primetime. Come on. He's trying to go crazy. He is trying to go crazy when it's primetime.
He's also probably chasing that high. I mean, he had the moment in prime
He
time.
did have the moment. But, he's just like an elite competitor. It's like when the lights come on, he just is like, it's like he's just juiced up.
Yeah.
Like he really be feeling like he's on another level, which is a good thing to be. But he's trying to make some plays. Prime time, he's trying to make some plays for sure.
Were there any did you play with Suggs?
Yeah.
But you didn't play with Reed or Ray?
No.
Was
I feel like we
Suggs
used to have like 2 primetime games when Joe was here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like you never played, and now you only play in prime time.
Yeah, I feel like we had like 2 or 3.
It was always a thing.
It'd be like always like this team had 6, this team had 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the Ravens down there is like 1.5. Like one might get flexed, but like maybe not.
Yeah.
So
no, you just play the Steelers in primetime Sunday Night Football, and that was it.
And that one they always did do that.
Yeah, but that was it. That was primetime. Now it's every freaking game is prime. Yeah. Even when it's not primetime, you play Wednesday night. You play Sunday 4:30.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Okay, all right. Primetime versus the Bills, big game. Best of luck to you. Better luck to you on Analyst Hump though. 2-2 record last week. USC. That was a tough one. You said they were going to win. They lost at the end.
I'm disappointed in them.
They allowed 30 passing yards and lost the game. Oklahoma State.
What?
Yeah. Oklahoma State, Cam Rising didn't even play. They still lost that game. You nailed Tennessee over OU. Colorado, I was at that one. They got the W.
Colorado.
So you woke up to that. What did you think?
I was like, yo, they Hail Mary. Dude, was trying to watch. I'm trying to watch the like highlights, right? On ESPN. I don't like that I can't hear the announcer.
Because they don't have the rights.
Oh.
It's a Fox game. That's what I'm assuming. You probably
they're over like the music's like dun 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 dun. I'm like, dude, I want to hear what the announcers are saying, like what's going on here. They got so many daggum commercials on ESPN. So I'm like, frick, bro, this is doing a lot. So
did they show in the highlights the play before the Hail Mary? Did you see the kid dropped a touchdown the play before the Hail Mary?
No. Yeah. See, I didn't. Yeah, ESPN did. I felt like they weren't doing that great of a job of the highlight aspect. But it's crazy. Travis Hunter forces the fumble. Yeah. Because that dude had a wide open lane and clearly going to the end zone. Just run that dude over. But
why didn't he just move to the side? Like, why did he challenge
It's
him?
like he was determined to just, I'm going to run him over. Like, dude, you literally could have just went to the right or literally went to the left. Like, the gap was huge.
Huge.
And he's just like, nah, I'm going to lower my shoulder. But
bro thought he was in practice. Like, you got to meet him at the goal line.
Yeah, like he dreamed about that one. Yeah,
it was also a first down.
It was first down. Dude, the hole was huge.
Yeah. No, Travis made a play. He's special. Watching the game, there was one play.
Had 100 yards, right? I think
he had 120. He had 120. He ran. He was in the slot. He runs kind of diagonally, vertically, in between 2 safeties, linebacker sitting underneath. Shedeur throws the ball. He turns his head, runs in a full sprint to get to it, and then tracks it. And just like, there's got to be a skill gap there.
He's got serious ball skills. I remember Dion used to talk about it. I was like, bro, how good could he really be? But he is. He is elite.
Who is the player in the NFL that you would say is most similar, that like the skill is so obvious? Not like he's smart, not he's great off the line, but just the talent level is so stupid. Because that's what happened watching Travis.
I would say, you want to know who he kinda in a way reminds me of from the college aspect is Adoree Jackson.
Really?
It's like not in the NFL, but I feel like in college, like Adoree was like didn't know which way he would play. I mean, at Tennessee, I guess why was I watching tape of Tennessee from 2017? Not sure why, but I forgot, like he got a reverse, like he was playing offense.
Yeah.
He got like a reverse against us at Tennessee. Nah, I don't think Adoree had the crazy playmaking ability with the ball in his hands, but the ball tracking kind of similar to Trevon Diggs at corner. But I would compare him to like 2 or 3 different guys. There's not a single person I could, because I mean
he's got
dude is definitely,
and Shadeur's good. I
think Shadeur's pretty good.
He does, the O-line's not good, so they put all the blame on. He holds the ball too long because he kind of does what Caleb did in college, where like, he could get around these guys. But he's a good player. You could tell.
He's not happy.
And the funniest part is watching the game, I had this light bulb moment. I'm like, he is Deion Sanders' son. Like, he's probably pretty talented athletically as well.
He's kind of slow, though.
He is slow, but he kind of got a little of the Mahomes, like, fake slow in him.
He don't got the little gut like Mahomes, though.
No, Shedeur is thick. He's thick.
Actually,
boy.
you're right. He is kind of thick. He is.
I'm telling you, all right, don't clip this and make it seem like I'm saying Shedeur is Mahomes. But speaking of that, Mini Mahomes lost.
He lost?
He lost.
To who?
They lost at home to Illinois.
Oh, they're not even legit, man. God, he ain't no Mahomes.
Apparently, he was acting like Mahomes after they lost too, and people were like, "All right, bro, like just give
oh
it
my
up."
gosh, the dude is.
All right, quick picks. Number 19, Illinois, coming off that win at Penn State. Penn State 17.5-point favorites.
Oh, freak. Illinois beat who again?
They just beat Nebraska on the road.
See, I don't even think Nebraska's good. Even like, because the way how Colorado almost came back, 17.5, that was a lot of points.
That is.
Penn State. Give it to me.
James Franklin, he's good as a favorite.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Penn State.
Number 15, Louisville at number 16, Notre Dame. Notre Dame favored by 4 points.
I don't know anything about Louisville.
Me neither.
But Notre Dame had their bad loss. It happened. Give me them Irish. Give me them Irish.
It's because he doesn't like Lamar Jackson. They're not friends.
Give me the where's that at? It's in South Bend?
Yeah.
Oh, give me the Irish. I'd put a bedroom on that. I would put a bedroom on that.
1 bedroom on Notre Dame -4.
Even though I don't want to put anything on Notre Dame actually, but bedroom it is.
And Kyle supported the pod. I mean, that's just a classic pod pick.
Yeah, you're right. You know what?
All right. Now for the game of the weekend, really the game of the season until a few weeks down the line. Number 2, Georgia, 2.5-point favorites at number 4, Alabama.
Do you know who's going into that game? Donald Trump.
Casey.
Oh, wow. Casey. Donald Trump.
Casey hasn't been shot at, so he's doing something right.
Well, you better watch out because Donald Trump's pulling up.
This is the first time they've been underdogs at home in 17 years.
Really? Donald Trump is coming to the game. And apparently he needs 100 tickets per source. So.
If Marlon Humphrey were gone to the game and he needed, how many tickets could Marlon Humphrey get?
Did you see that I recently donated to the University of Alabama?
I did.
Roll Tide. My school.
Trump also hasn't donated. So.
He hasn't donated anything. So apparently he's paying for the tickets. But I mean, I think Alabama would probably give me 2,000. No. I mean, shoot. I would never over ask for my blessing. But
all right, national
cool
championship game. NFL season's over. Hurts, Derek, Waddle, you. Who are you getting tickets? Like, could you get tickets? Are you up there?
Not with those guys. Them guys got the little footprint, the little captain thing.
What's that?
The little, the captains get their little foot and cleat imprinted in the.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like a Bama thing. I was not a captain, obviously. I've told you, I was not doing the right thing at Bama. I was just playing good football. But other than that, that was it. But no. No, I'd be last on that list. But this Georgia game is going to be one for the ages. I am a little concerned with Alabama's defense.
Really? What makes you say that?
I didn't watch it. They just played this last week. They're probably playing a scrub team. But when I was watching them play
Wisconsin,
I just
They let up 10 points.
the what?
They only let up 10 points to Wisconsin.
Yeah, but I feel like they were driving on, Wisconsin had some turnovers,
which were forced by the defense. But still,
which were
hey, if you see it, I trust you more than myself.
Jalen's doing a lot of running back there.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
And I'm acting like I've really studied Alabama really well, and I really haven't. But I feel like the last game when he threw I think that was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like his stat line wasn't impressive, but the score looked impressive.
They killed him. I feel like that's what Bama does, though.
But that's not when you playing a good team. You got to really. When you playing a good team like Georgia, you got to really piece that joint together. to beat them cats.
What would Saban be saying to you guys this week, knowing how big of a game it is?
Jalen Milrose was 12 for 17 for 196 yards. The leading rusher was Jalen Milrose, 14 carries for 75 yards. The leading receiver was 4 receptions for 78 yards. Ryan Williams. Now that boy be balling. They've been survive. I feel like they've been surviving off a lot of big plays, which ain't always good when a defense gonna have things tightened up.
Right.
Bing, 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 bing. Okay, big boy. Bing, 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 bing. Breakthrough in the fourth quarter. Okay. So, I mean, Jalen Milrose had 14 carries for 75 yards against Wisconsin.
Is that good or bad? I feel like he's a dual threat. You're saying
I just know it ain't
going
to be as easy.
You're saying 75's high.
No, I'm saying 14 carries is high for a running back, though. No? I know it's probably on scramble drill.
Well, also in college, if he gets sacked, that counts. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like South Florida, they were giving them some fits early on.
That's true.
I just feel like I've seen stuff, and I mean, like,
Georgia hasn't looked good either. So who are we rolling with? Are we rolling
Georgia
Tide?
Georgia has not been looking the greatest either. They haven't been looking like white on rice.
Lamar Jackson had 14 carries for 87 yards, so sometimes it can be good.
Yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's a little different with Jalen. He ran 14 times yesterday?
I don't know. Apparently.
It didn't seem like that. Guys, I said all that to say this. Last time I went to an Alabama-Georgia game, Donald Trump was there. I could not get on the field because of Trump. Their security is all heightened. So I had to put on a daggum Alabama walk-on jumpsuit and ran out there in the second half with the Tide as if I was playing.
How'd you get that?
What?
Who gave you didn't bring that to the stadium?
Oh, no. So I get there and, like, I see, like, Coop and all these, I think Coop and, yeah, all these other dudes, like, in street clothes, like, yeah, we can't get out there. Like, if you don't have a official pass, like, no NFL player is going to have their name on the pass. Like, that's not, they wouldn't have that. We're not on the staff. So, like, yeah, you can't get out there. So then someone would give us a lanyard. Then they're like, nope, that's not you on that picture. Like, so then we're just cooked. So they're watching on the screen on the inside. And I'm like, dang. So then I think eventually, like, everybody just started, like, dipping out because they're not about to stand inside and watch, like, the media screens, all that. I'm like, F this. When them boys come back in, I go in the locker room, I'm like, give me that. I need your sweatsuit. I need this. I'm stealing this sweatsuit. And I came out there running out like, oh, let's go get them, boys. Let's go. And I had my head down because I know the little security dude, I feel like he probably might have recognized me. And I went out there. I stood on the sideline, and I was going to watch that game from the sideline, period. I didn't come there empty-handed. I'm leaving with something. So I'm like, I'm going to be there. That was a Tua touchdown, Devontae Smith, national champs, roll tide. And I said that to say, Georgia ain't coming into Alabama and walking out with the victory. Jalen Milrose will lead this football team, even though I was talking like he's bad or something. But I was more so just saying things haven't really been buckled up. But Georgia, I feel like things haven't been buckled up either. But you want to know what I do think is going to happen? And this is going to be weird. I think this might be a high-scoring football game. I think this might be a high-scoring football game. I think the keys to Alabama winning this victory, they need to get in some tempo. Okay? I want to say they should try to establish the run, but I feel like I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if that's going to work that well. I have not watched Georgia at all, so I don't really know what they got over there. But I was a little surprised when I seen them struggle against, who's that? Was that Kentucky?
Yeah.
And I mean, beating Clemson, that's nothing. Clemson Christians, I didn't think they was gonna do nothing out there anyway. But I think this might be a high score. That's odd. That's odd for Kirby Smart and an Alabama team. But I think this might be a high score. I just hope the Tide can play with poise, get some tempo, take what they can get, and we play some daggone football. How bad is Alabama a dog?
Just 2.5.
2.5. Easy money. Easy freaking money. I'm not confident, but I am. I feel that.
Will you and Ro have a bet for the week? I feel like
Ro's scared, man. I'd be scared too. It's the Tide. We're talking about the Tide. We're talking about the board.
You said Ro's
Tide.
scared or scary?
He's scared. He's scared.
You think?
Of course he's scared of the Tide.
I feel like you should bet him Sunday Night Football walk-in, you wear the jersey.
He's scared of the Tide.
Would you rock you wore the Texas jersey after we beat you.
I did, but I used to like Texas.
Yeah.
I like their orange,
Yeah.
but I never got a chance to visit. My dad low-key wouldn't really let me. He never stopped me. He just basically was like, why you want to go out there? And then I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm wasting time. Then I just
would have been a good waste of time though.
I wanted to go to Oregon, waste daytime, but my dad, my dad wanted me to. I definitely say one thing I can do. I can respect my parents. They don't they don't go out there wasting these folks' time. And that's obviously kids don't do that anymore. They will waste everybody's time.
All right, but now one day, long in the future, if you're a free agent, now that you're your own person, I feel like you got to waste everyone's time. Go visit every team.
Oh heck no! But that's different though. That's
It's not as fun.
No, you're not I don't even know if those are even fun. What do they even do on those?
Yeah, I guess what are you gonna do? You visit random city in America?
Yeah, like in college. I mean, high school, you getting a free meal.
You party.
That meant something. You ain't just we get a nice dinner, party. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go many places, but shoot, I wish I would have went to some of the places that just give you 10,000. That's the ones I wanted to go to.
Who was that? I know you got stories.
Nah, actually, my parents they blocked me, bro. They blocked that too. I feel
No, I know, but what schools would just give you 10 racks?
Oh, me personally?
No.
I have nobody.
No, in college, not you. Your teammate, that you heard.
I don't want to put his business out there. So, but
No, you don't have to say the player. Just say the school. It's all over now. NIL is here.
I think I'm not even gonna say the school, but
You're telling me someone would go on a visit, they would just get 10 grand and they didn't even have to commit?
if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was 50,000 or 100,000,
What?
but that was they showed him a bag of that much. My first time seeing a stack of cash, my first time seeing a stack of cash was, and it wasn't for me. I wish it was. That's what I'm saying. I'm mad at my parents, honestly. No one ever really offered me that, but it would have been fire if they did.
Because 100 grand in college, that's 100 million. That's maybe more.
Dude, I was just talking to some of the rooks, because my locker's by the rooks. I'm like, God, he had me come through at a perfect time. Because if I would have been NIL, I was telling them, man, I was splitting up. I flew a girl out. We had to split the flight. You know what I'm saying? I really couldn't just buy the whole flight, honestly. You know what I mean? Times have changed, man. But boy, I'm happy I came through when I did, because it just could have been. But see, I think about that, and my parents would have helped me out with that for sure. I wouldn't have been out here just winging it, because that just would have Whew.
All right.
I remember getting declined trying to pay for the girl I was messing with in college at the diner. I'm like, Mom, can you put some money in my debit card, because I just got declined at the dinner. I got to get out of here. But
you want to wish John a happy birthday?
Hey, man, y'all see this shirt, man? We might need to put this in the front, man. Today is Mr. John Harbaugh birthday. As you see, man, this is my guy right here, man. This is my freaking dude. Solid coach, solid man. Now, I've really, really, over the years, man, gotten a lot of respect for this guy, man. Truly, I feel like I literally came into this daggum thing as a young man. I feel like I'm just a man now, and
How old is he? Is he in his 60s?
64.
You have any good
62.
62?
Oh, I was close.
He's a workout guy, right?
Oh, he gets it in. Hey, that dude's strong. That dude is strong. Seriously. I'm just saying, out of 62-year-olds, I don't know many that's beating this dude up. This dude he's pretty strong. He's pretty daggum strong. But he's we've had some life conversations, man.
Yeah, sign off with your best John Harbaugh story.
Oh, ooh.
In honor of his birthday, 64th or 62nd, depending on who you ask.
Something the reason why I really have grown to really like Harbs, no matter what he's doing, no matter which way you look at it, when you really like look into it, it's from a place of wanting to win. And I've like really like, gosh, it's like it's just refreshing to have a coach like that. That's just like, I'm willing to listen to anything if I feel like it's gonna win. If you can make me understand why you feel like this is gonna have us win, I'm all ears. Like I'm all ears. I'll consider it. But if it just don't make sense, like he's gonna be like, that don't make sense. Like you got to tell me how it's gonna be. And so it's But then I like how shoot, I come in and eat at my normal cafeteria spot, same group of guys. Harvey's sitting at the table. I'm like, all right, let's eat lunch. We all just ate lunch, and then he was just last week, and it's just, it's cool, man. Really like the guy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Harbs. All right, fam. We'll see you next week. Fingers crossed. Primetime makes a primetime play. Much love.
Ooh.